I've been noticing a disturbing trend on the internet, particularly on YouTube. A lot of people seem to be bashing science, like especially a lot of religious people. I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense for a religious person to ever bash up science. It is just illogical. And here's why. There is nothing in this world that has been made today by humans that has not implied the scientific method. Everything you hold, touch, feel, see, and know is attributed to science, or logic, which is science. Logic is really just another version of science, just made logical to understand. For example, let me just rattle off a few things. Do you live in a house? Do you have a pet? Do you have electricity? Do you use the internet, which you're using currently to watch this video? All made through science. Let me go into details. You think the knowledge of a house just spontaneously appeared in someone's head one day? No. People found, alright, here's a stick. I got a bit of shelter on here from the rain or the sun. I'll get a few more sticks. Nope, that fell down. Alright, maybe if I put them in a certain angle. Yep, using the scientific method to build a hut or a stick house. Have you got a pet, a cat, a dog? Guess what dogs used to be? They used to be wolves. But through the science of selective breeding, now you've got a dog. A lovely little happy dog. A puppy, a kitty, whatever you want. It is a small animal that is no longer a bloody wolf. And let's just think about all the science that actually does go into a house for a moment. The plumbing, the electricity, the gas. You think just God spontaneously makes these things appear? The knowledge of it just pops in the mind? No, all found out and mastered through the scientific method. Trial and error, you could call it, but science nonetheless. And by the way, do you know somebody who was over the age of, say, 25, 30? Well, guess what? If science wasn't really around and religion run rampant, guess what would be? They'd be dead by now. Through using science, logic, and reasoning, and all of that kind of crap, guess what happens? People are living longer lives, healthier lives. Even people who don't live healthy lives are living longer thanks to science. Do you want me to go into more examples? The Bible. The Bible was made by science using the knowledge of paper and ink and a printing press. Guess what? All made through science. Do you write your little hate speeches and all of that stuff like on a board or something like that using a texter? Guess what? Texters, boards, paper, all made through science. Your Holy Communion wine or blood of Christ, guess what? Made through science. You think someone just imagined and found out the ability to make wine? No, I'm pretty sure it was trial and error, or using the scientific method. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit patronizing here. Yeah, I'm getting a bit carried away. I better well end this video very soon. So, in closing, I just want to say, if you hate science, if you believe it is completely evil like you keep saying, take off all your clothes, leave your house, and walk into nowhere, because once you get out there, that's what a science-free society is. It is a nothing but a cold, desolate wasteland. And don't even think about even using a fig leaf or some crap like that to cover your genitals, because that would require knowledge and knowing that you need to cover up your genitals. But nope. So yeah, if you don't like science, if you hate science and believe it's evil, walk away. Don't even use anything, just fuck off. If you use YouTube or the internet to display your opinion of hatred towards science, guess what? You're using science to hate on science. And that makes no logical sense. Just think about it for a minute. Just think about it. Use what little brain cells you have and go, I'm being a complete fucking hypocrite here. Because that's what you are, a hypocrite. You're using science and everything that it does good in this world to hate science. Because basically all you're doing is biting the hand that feeds you. You don't want to do that, because you're doing worse than biting the hand that feeds you. You're biting the hand that feeds you and then calling the person who's feeding you a tosser. So yeah, just use some logic. Just a little tiny iota of logic. Use 0.10% of your tiny brain. And you'll realize that you're being a fucking hypocrite who doesn't deserve to live in this great scientific world, and how much progress we have done for this world. You are just sticking your finger up the arse of them. You're a bad person. You should realize that. You're a terrible, horrible, hypocritical, arsehole piece of shit. Have a good one.
I have studied Machiavelli, Aristotle, Gabe and Plato, yet you still equate my intellect to that of a potato. This place would fall apart without my ever watchful eye. They might tell you I'm a half-wit, it's a great big bloody lie. So don't call me a moron, I'm super astute. There is no conundrum that my core cannot compute. No, don't call me a moron, you fostered balloon. My IQ's the infinite space from here to the moon. My IQ's the infinite space from here to the moon.